okay, so they go to Jesus and they ask for permission, which immediately tells us that he is the master to all.
Well, we can just look.
Yeah, why don't we look at it?
So if we pull up Mark chapter 5, and we can look at the words behind, because I'm sure most people know that Mark wasn't written in English.
Mm-hmm.
It's written in Greek. So we can go and actually look into the actual Greek and see what the words were. All right, so when Jesus gets there, so we start at verse 1 and said, they came over to the sea on the other side to the country of the Gadarenes. And when he's come out of the ship, immediately there met him a man out of the tombs with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains, because he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him. So, always at night he was in the tombs in the mountains, cutting himself, crying. So notice that he's I think Greg pointed this out, he's in the tombs, which no Jew would ever be caught there because it's an unclean place. So he's in the place of uncleanliness at the time. But regardless, so immediately he runs to Jesus. So if we come in here and it says immediately, where's the running part? The man came out and met him. Okay, here we go. When he saw Jesus afar off, he ran and worshipped him. So if we go into the Greek and looked at the word for he ran.
I recommend Blue Letter Bible if you don't have it.
Yes. It's trechol. It's a verb. And it's of a person who is running a race. So in a race, you're giving it your all. Mm-hmm. And the word occurs in the Greek writings denoting to incur extreme peril, which requires exertion. So it's, again, exerting himself to get there as quickly as possible because he knows he's in for it otherwise, which we know what happens after this. So he cries with a loud voice and asks God, Son of the Most High, asks Jesus, Son of the Most High, not to torment them beforehand or send them to the abyss, which is where they don't want to be in chains to the end of time. And he tells them to come out, asks his name. His name is Legion, which Legion is about 6,000 demons. So then they get 6,000 demons going into, I think it was 2,000 pigs. Yeah. And then they run off into the sea. And
which is interesting, running out into the water.
Which I always thought was interesting, and Missler talks about this. Chuck Missler, if anybody doesn't know.
Oh, I mention Missler all the time.
Okay, amazing. When he talks about not only that, but that Jesus allowed it. So when we were going in there, they asked for leave to go into the pigs, and that was what we were getting into, the military language. So when Jesus says to come out, they asked, what is his name, blah, blah, blah. And then he says unto them, they besought him, so they begged him with much begging, that he would not send them away out of the country, because demons are territorial. They're in that specific spot because it's a war zone for them. Yep. Satan placed them there, and they don't want to be, they need territory. Otherwise, they have no place, and they also need embodiment. So,
well, which is why they asked for permission
to go into the swine. So they asked to go into the swine, a big herd of swine, and the devil sought him, saying, send us into the swine that we may enter him. And Jesus gave them leave to go ahead and do so. And when they asked to be sought him, I think this is another military word. I can't remember exactly what it was. Oh, it's a summons. They summoned him to, or called to him, military language again, admonish him, exhort, encouraged, whatever, instruct or teach is some other words. But in the sense of this being a military language, to be a summon, we're summoning, because if you want to talk to, as far as I know, if you want to talk to a higher up, you need to have what they call an appointment or a summons, like they summon envoys and stuff like that. So same type of language, which is pretty cool. And then he gives them leave to go and do that thing.
So again, just pointing back to him being the ultimate and the authority and the territory.
Well,
the territory is his.
A war zone. Yeah, and he now took over that territory. So when they go back there again, people had heard of what happened before, and they are more welcoming to him.
It's awesome.
Which is pretty cool.
These nuggets, man, they're awesome. They're so awesome. I love it. It brings a smile to my face every time. Well, and then the other thing that he had mentioned, which I thought was pretty amazing, what Jesus told him after.
Told the man to go back to his family. Yeah. Instead of following him. But no, just go back.
Because he asked to follow him.
I remember he said to follow him. I remember Greg was talking about that too. I can't remember what he said exactly, but I just thought that was pretty, Jesus wants you to come and follow him, but this man had been so far and so long away from his family that he wanted him to go see his family before he would choose to do something else, I'm guessing.
Yep. And then he had the mission to go and tell and speak.
Well, that's just, you know what? Yeah. That's
just
what
like the woman at the well,
Yep,
too.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. To go and basically
spread the word.
So
that's why when he came back the next time that they were more.
Which is another order, military.
Yeah.
Go and do this.
Yeah. So, go home, go see your family and tell everybody, because he does say, go tell what everyone and show yourself to the priest, I think he says.
Yep.
Or no, is that the lepers? I think that's for the lepers.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way.
Awesome.
Pretty cool. And then, so he plants that seed and it grew. So by the time he comes back again to the Gadarenes, that they're more receptive to him, because it's a place of Gentiles. Obviously, if they got swine, that's their main, profiting commerce.
Man, the Bible is full of this stuff. It's amazing.
Little nuggets here and there.
Little nuggets.
Just prove everything.
Yeah, so there's so much more to it, but that's something that I thought was pretty cool, and we're probably going to do something with Greg at some point. He had reached out, we had talked about this previously, and doing a full study. Future state at some point, maybe we'll have him on the podcast, and we can talk through this a little bit more in depth. Because so I encourage you, go and read Mark as much as you can, but most importantly, coming back to the spiritual warfare. Again, like we're constantly facing it, and although demons, unless you allow them in, if you've got Christ, nothing can enter you. Right. But it doesn't mean that they can't mess with you. And I see a lot of that, and it's interesting because the closer that you get to the Lord, it honestly feels like it picks up even more and it gets more intense. One, because you're messing with God's plan. You're messing with their plan to pull you away from God, when in reality, you're the one spreading that message, just like how Jesus told the man who had the demons, go and basically tell everyone.
Yep.
I'm sure that ticked off Satan pretty good.
And he took his territory.
So, the same thing goes for us as we continue to spread the gospel and the word. Like, understand that it's going to come with attacks. So that's why it's so important, like Noah said with Paul, putting on that armor of God every day, because we need that protection. We absolutely need that protection, and you should be praying. And look, this is me hypocritically talking, but you should be praying non-stop for this protection, and not only for yourself, but for your friends, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, whatever, your kids especially. Pray for that protection, because there is such thing too, even when I say the kids aspect. So because there are generational curses, you should always be praying
could be
for
covenants
protection.
That your family, you have no idea, made prior 100 years ago, 1,000 years ago.
It had nothing to do with you.
Exactly. So, and those are the hardest to break.
Yeah.